Good morning. My name is Walker McCutcheon. I wanted to share my story of faith with you because I was inspired by many of the videos that I've seen here. During Memorial Day in 1965, I contracted Guillain-Barré Syndrome. It attacks the involuntary muscles in your body and they stop working. I got out of the shower on a Saturday morning and I could not lift my hands any further than my shoulders. When I tried to eat breakfast, I couldn't swallow properly, and it was something that I thought would pass because I was 16 years old and stupid enough to think that I was tough. By Sunday morning, I was struggling to breathe, and my parents took me to Dr. Shipley's office, and from there I went to the emergency room where my condition worsened, and I was prepped for an ambulance ride to Vanderbilt Hospital. At some point, a Catholic priest came to my bed to pray with me, and I tried to tell him that I wasn't Catholic, and then I realized what possible difference could it make at this point. Dr. Darrell Shipley made a last-minute decision to get in that ambulance with me, and I cannot tell you to this day why he did that. At some point on that trip, I stopped breathing altogether, and he put a tube down my throat and into my lungs and used a bag to breathe me until I could get to Vanderbilt. I would have died at that point had it not been for his compassion and skill. Once I got to Vanderbilt, I was placed in an iron lung, which is a machine of that time that breathes for you. The one you see in the picture is very similar to mine. That is not me in the photograph because I wouldn't let them make my pictures. At that time, I didn't think I was going to get out of there, and I didn't want that to be the last image that my family and friends had of me. By the time I was in the lung, I was paralyzed in my right side. I had a feeding tube in my nose, an IV in my arm, and a trachea or a tube in my throat to help me breathe. In 1965, political correctness was completely unheard of. It amazed me that the doctors, the nurses, and everybody else would talk about me like I was in another room in another floor of the hospital, and I could hear every word that they said. On top of the other complications that I had, I developed pneumonia. And I heard my brother ask the doctor, "Do you think he can survive at this point?" And the doctor said, "I don't see how, and I've advised your mother to call in the family." After all these years, I can still tell you my exact thought. What am I going to say to Jesus when he asks me the hard questions? To say that I was panic-stricken doesn't cover it. I think I went through all the stages of death in just a record amount of time. Disbelief, denial, anger, bargaining. And at some point, I found myself remembering the words to the 23rd Psalm. And it dawned on me that you either believe or you've been mouthing the words all these years, and in which case you are in deep, deep trouble. At that point, I found peace, and I think that's what faith is. It delivers us, it sustains us, and you never stop believing, and you never give up your faith, and you never stop fighting. It was faith that delivered me from that. Dr. Shipley, the doctors, my family and friends, and the grace of God that got me from there to here. Thank you.